In here, we pour whiskey.
Well, I bid you guys a good Monday night. Coming straight at you, Mundo in the house. How you guys and gals doing? How you guys and gals doing? I'm gonna hit the comments here for a second. And let's get the party started. So tonight, and I need some participation from you guys. Now, here's the thing. Okay, we're going to talk about AJ tonight, and I want some participation also from the audience here. Whoever decides to come and hang out with me, cool. If you want to come in, just kind of tag a little log, say hi and bye. That's cool. No worries there. I know everybody's busy. Cinzy, what up, dog? What up? How you doing, man? Glad to see you here on tonight's show, man. Ant and Kev are probably kind of busy right now at the moment. Not sure if they'll come, but the door's always open for them. You know, they'll just show up at any time. Could be, man. So tonight we're gonna do a little discussion on the comic book for AJ, and then also we're gonna talk about some of the shows coming up, and especially like the Disney shows that are we're gonna see some new episodes of stuff coming around. What y'all's thoughts are. And what my thoughts are possibly are of course my opinion and everybody's opinions here. So I want I want participation in this thing. I want participation up in this bitch, guys and ladies. So come on, let's have some fun tonight. But we're gonna start off with of course Albatross Junction, and of course you guys know that issue 3 is gonna come out pretty soon. You know, Kevin and Ant are real busy trying to get those orders so that way we can get our or issue 3 coming out and stuff. And I am so excited to get the third issue, man. I'm like super stoked. And and Anton has told me that there's gonna be some good stuff coming in issue 4 too. So that's gonna be kind of fun to see what's going on there. Excuse me, guys. I had to drink a little bit here. And so, even R2, man, even R2's excited. Are you excited about the 4? Yeah, yeah, issue 4. It is, right? Listen to it. He up. Yeah, yeah. See, R2's already excited about issue 4 and issue 3 coming. Of course, issue 4 is not going to come out till a little bit later, but we're excited about it coming out and so forth. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight for AJ though, uh and everybody's got personalized, some got personalized, some didn't. you know um Everybody really enjoyed um Albatross Junction and so forth, and some of you may have gotten a book, just a plain book here, and then you've got Anthony and Kevin's signature on there as well. And for some of those who maybe have gotten a little bit higher tiers, all with it, you also, and if you've been like a participant and everything for helping us out and all that, um, Ant and Kev did some stuff a little special for other people's books and stuff. They did some drawings, they sent little thank yous and so forth. And that, you know, that when you get signatures and everything else, but then you get that little something special in your book that really, makes it pop and stuff. uh makes you feel good too, because if you stick around long enough, you become a citizen in Albatross, then you got yourself a character. So here, like a little thank you note from Kevin to me. I love this thing. It's Mundo. Your support from day one meant the world, bro. Keep us going. Hope you love the final results. Talk soon, Kev. Come on. See that, guys? Now, man, you know, uh, Kevin and Ant, man, cool people, man. So now, for those of you who are just joining, my channel and source and Albatross Junction, if you don't know about the comic book, you can go and check out Albatross Junction and also see the trailer. You can get to learn a little bit more about what's in the comic book as well. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so I can tell you it's a fantasy adventure with with the Earth that's many years after we're gone and stuff, and it has to deal with a lot of stuff, martial arts. You got a lot of science fiction as far as technology in the bloodstream. I mean, you got action, you got adventure, you got monsters, you got stories, and it's everything that you really want in a comic book. And you got also, I mean, some of the details, the drawings and the details and everything like that, man. You can't look at that. That is crazy. Oh, I'm sorry for the blare, guys. Forgive me. I'm got that ring there, and it's kind of blowing up. But look at some of that detail. Look at all the detail that they put into that, man. I mean, wow. And then the technology. See this guy here that's got this guy right here? Look at that. He's got like a backpack, but that backpack is kind of like when Green Lantern has his ring and he has to think about uh what, like hands or a fist or something like that. So these guys, because they have that technology in their blood where they can think of all the tools that they need, it's kind of like a virtual backpack, but that virtual backpack becomes live. I mean, it comes to life. It's solid state once they think of it and get it going so that they can fix whatever they need to fix. And of course, in the Albatross Junction world, you've got these satellites that are flying around and so forth. And you got people trying to fix it and everything. And so let me tell you, and for those who are just joining us that, like I said, that don't know about it, I am one of the characters in Albatross Junction. I'm a bartender as well as a story tender, and many other things within the story, which makes it my character a little bit more complex within the story. But it's going to be a lot of fun when people go through my bar. I can't wait to ask people, are you sure you want that drink? Because we don't drink no weak ass drinks in my bar. You get I'm gonna give you two two times to answer me for the right question. You want that drink? You say yes to a weak ass drink. I'm gonna give you one more shot to change your mind. And you didn't change your mind. Boom. Baby, I gotta take care of you because I don't have no weak drinkers in my bar, baby. None. None. Mundo be in the house. Now, here's an interesting point because, you know, through the years that Kevin and Anthony and I were talking, and we were talking about my character on what they want to do and so forth, and how they came up with a little bit of my character. I gave them a little bit of history in the background that, in my family, my family had a bar. Of course, I never, I never worked in that bar because my that bar was run by my grandfather and my father. And later on down the road, when I grew up and I was old enough, they told me about it and so forth. And later down the road, it was, it was out of the family later on down the road. And, it's kind of funny because when I was in high school, I started working for a bar called the Cowboy. Yeah, of all of all names, right? The Cowboy Bar of all names. So, and I was telling Aunt and Kev about, how I would go and I would barbecue and I would go and check the cars and stuff, kind of like, security for the outside, make sure that people's cars didn't get broke in. So I'd barbecue and then I'd bar back. I'd do all of those things, right? And I worked with some cool people at that bar. And so I was telling Aunt and Kev some stories, of what happened within the bar. And then, as I got older and then later on down the road, they didn't need me anymore. So, and then right as soon as they let me go, that place shut down. So it was kind of funny, but man, I had some really cool people that I worked with and so forth. And I kind of miss them. Yeah. But what can you do? You got people coming in and out of your life, here and there. Well, going back to Albatross Junction and my character, I'm going to get that again. I'm going to see people coming in and out of my bar. And one of the things that we discuss also is that you come to my bar, and if I know you're dying, well, you get a free drink on the house, man. Yes, sir. When I say this one's on the house, I know you're a goner, bro. I know you're a goner, man. And all I can do is give you the best stuff in the house. Give you the best stuff in the house. So if you hear my character or you come in my bar in Albatross Junction at El Mundo's and I tell you this one's on the house, I feel sorry for you, buddy. Here's to you. Here's to you. Now, I'm of course, as you can see, you could tell I'm in my garage right now. It's chilly, man. It is chilly in Texas tonight. Chili beans, no sir. We need some good stuff here. So again, let's get cracking here a little bit. And is anybody you've already read the comics? Am I correct? Cindy, I don't know if you got were you able to purchase the Albatross Junction or no? Uh, if not, it's cool. No worries, bro. Um, so here, one of the opening scenes in the comic book. I sure apologize for the blurriness there, guys, and the light reflection. So you can see right here, this is the Dybbuk. That is one of the baddest creatures in this comic book, man. He's a bad mofo. Tear you up. Tear you up. So, yeah, the Dybbuk is one bad creature in here. And but interesting enough though, that this creature has got a mama. Hmm. And that mama, Alba, she is something else as well. Let me see, get a couple of pages down the road here, and I'll show you what Alba looks like here, because she's something. She's here. She goes. Look at that, right there, right here. That's Alba right there. And if you're looking for me, oh, if you're looking for me, there I am, right there. And that is the opening for my character right here at El Mundo's. El Mundo's. You and you know what it says? It says only in Pikesburg. Come for the drink, stay for the mundo. Love it, man. That's funny. Okay, let's see. Since I caught the last stream and supported the Kickstarter, but no, I haven't read it yet. I'm looking forward to it. Oh man, Cool. Cindy, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed in it, man, because it's starting to get some traction on for quite a few people now, and I'm so stoked, like I said, for issue 3 to come out, and when issue 3 hits, it's uh, oh man, the storyline is just gonna get that much more interesting as well. So again, yeah, man, once you get it in your hands and you read through it, you're gonna like, oh, dude. It's gonna throw you off a little bit, but I promise you, if you pay attention to it, it's gonna look great, great, man. And and Cincy, also one of the things, and I'm not sure if you knew this or not, if you followed it, but Anthony, when he first made the issue 1 and 2, he had a little contest going, and in in the comic book between issues 1 and 2, he drew some lightsabers that you would have to find, and and of course I found all of them, and stuff like that. But some of them are really hard to find, and some of them are pretty well. You can pick them out pretty easy. But there's others where you're gonna like, ooh, and get yourself, take your phone or whatever and get some close-ups of the pictures, and then you'll be able to find them. But and some of them are just like, wow, they pop out right away, and then the other ones you're like, you got to really, really look. I think he had like 20, 25 all in all in the issues. Yeah, since he so yeah, man. So if you get your issues 1 and 2, look for them, man, because they drew them out pretty good. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'll show you one. Let me see if I can I can find one of the most obvious ones that they did, and you would not believe this, dude. I mean, it is so cool because he let's see here. What page was it on? I believe it was page. Let's see. Is it page 14? Or is it? Let me see here. Let me see here. I'm gonna find it. And it's so. You would not believe that it's just like right there in your face, dude. Let me see. Uh, looking. Attention, Kmart shoppers. We are looking through the comic book right now, and we are looking for lightsabers. Comic book lightsabers. You. So, let's see here. I want to find the best one. I know I can find the best one in here. And let's see here. I think it's the right on his back. You know what? I passed it up, and it should be. There's another page right here. Okay, so if you're looking here, and within right here, uh, right in here, you're gonna see the Black Mamba. And you can also and in another page you're gonna also see I believe it's Anthony's contest winner as well. So let me see if I can find that contest winner of his Graflex, his ancient Graflex one. Let's see if I remember what page that one was on. That yeah, it is pretty. It's pretty awesome, Cincy, man. I mean, just checking it out and seeing the sabers drawn in that form. Uh, it makes you want to appreciate the sabers even more, especially because if you got that saber and then you have the comic and then you got them side by side. Oh my goodness, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. And here's some of the concept art here, just to show y'all too. Here's some of the concept art that they have within the comic book itself. So you get kind of like a little extra bonus stuff too. And I've got cards, and right now I'm not gonna go to the get the cards and stuff like that. Uh, well, I'll be damned. Yeah. So I mean, these guys are having a shit ton of fun, man, making this too. And I mean, I'm having a blast just keep reading it, here and there, and the art, the graphics, the color, everything just pops so well, man. And these guys, Donovan Cordova, which is the main character of the whole kit and caboodle here. And then you have, I mean, Alba, fighting, and then you, I mean, you got so many things, and they were talking about, like I was talking about, how technology in the bloodstream, right? So everybody in this world has the nanobites in their blood, so you get kind of like you don't live forever, but at the same time, it kind of helps heal you for different things, and your lifespan is a lot longer than, of course, what we would be. So they have a lot longer lifespan, and because of the technology, you can up it over and over again, and and you extend your life for what, another 10 years before you have to repair something, and then you have another. Let's see, since you gotta drive home from work, but I'll keep your sultry voice in the car. Cindy, I apologize right now, because if I make you fall asleep, dude, my voice gets monotone sometimes. So I do apologize, man. Some people have fallen asleep to my my talking, man, because I just talk shit. So pay no attention, dude. Pay no attention, bro. um, so yeah, it's interesting that you get to see some of the not so obvious, and then there's some obvious in terms of what do you call it, the lightsabers in the comic book and stuff. And it is a lot it was a lot of fun looking for them in here, because some of these you're like, is that one really? Is it one, or is it not one? I mean, you question yourself sometimes about this. You know, you really do second guess yourself sometimes. And um, I know I made, geez, I probably went over each page maybe about 20 or 30 times before I even thought about, okay, I'm gonna call it. It is a lightsaber, and that's what it is, right? So let me see if I can. Uh, I'm trying to see if I can find another one of the most obvious parts where they drew a saber, and I knew there were some. Let's see here. Ones that are pretty recognizable, you know what I mean? And I think blah blah blah. Yep. I keep ranting. No, ooh, ooh, ooh. Thought I had seen one. See what I mean? Is now that I was talking my shit, now I can't find a single one, right? No, I'm gonna find one. I'll find one right here pretty soon. He's got it in his. Uh, some of them are, yeah. There's some curved ones, and there's some straight, just plain Jane ones. And of course, uh you got different kinds going in, and you still have to kind of keep an eye on different things as well, so you could find. Think, where is that one? I know there's the very first one I think I found on the box. And okay, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but right in here, right in here. I don't know if I can get it close enough where y'all can see, because I'm on the phone. But in this box right here, right there, you've got. If I remember correctly, I think I found like two hilts, two lightsaber hilts up in this thing, and that's gonna be on page 2 right there. And so and then later on, a couple of more pages down, you should be able to see another lightsaber here, and where now when I said the Dybbuk was a bad motherfucker, I said this Dybbuk is a bad motherfucker. Look at that, knocking heads off, man. He's knocking heads off, dude. That crazy or what? Crazy, dude. He's just going to town. Going to town. And eating up people and all that good stuff. Oh, see? So here's another let's see, this page is page 6. Okay. So page 6. If you look into all this mess right in here, like kind of good, you're gonna see maybe 3 or 4 lightsabers right in here, guys. Right in here. This is where you're gonna find a good deal of sabers right up in there. And that was a whole lot of fun finding those, because that was kind of like where instead of where's Waldo, where's the saber? That was a lot of fun to find a few in there, man. That was absolutely a lot of fun to find in there and stuff. And if you look at some of the drawings and the shapes, you can tell that some of the shapes in here are delved from lightsabers, designs and so forth. So that's another thing that really I love about the comic book, because Anthony and Kevin just did such a phenomenal job, and unbelievable. So, guys and gals, for those of you who are watching, we're talking about AJ Albatross Junction, and but also I wanted to touch on some of the shows that are coming up. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. Um, my throat dries up pretty quickly, so it's kind of cold in here. So allergies. And so one of the things I know that the Kenobi season 2 is coming up. I have not seen the second season of the Bad Batch yet. Wanted to see how what are people thinking about that. Of course, I thought season 1 was pretty phenomenal. Um, I liked all the characters, and I liked where the storyline went. I thought it was pretty decent in my book. Not sure how anybody else feels about it. Um, Disney may be, doing, certain crappy things to Star Wars, but some of the things that they're doing is not too bad either. It's a half and half. Hopefully, hopefully, they can get their crap together and do us right by making some decent Star Wars movies again, and see where it's going to take us with some of these characters. And honestly, I can't wait for like the season 3 of The Mandalorian to come around. Want to check that out, and I think that's going to be pretty cool. Also, we've got the Ahsoka series coming. We've got oh, we got a few other things coming out from Disney Plus, and Star Wars related and so forth. Now, hoping that those will kind of not kind of taper off into crap. Like, they start up real, they start running up that hill real fast, and everything's going good, and then all of a sudden starts going downhill from there, because they don't want to take their time and kind of look what they've done in the past to move it forward. So your storyline starts to kind of taper off. And then, of course, the show starts to taper off, because it's It's not what it used to be. And so, and I think they just, because they need to incorporate new things, but they don't necessarily need to incorporate new characters to make things, you know, keep running smoother. I mean, you got different angles on the same characters that you can really make a shit ton of stories with, but you choose not to. And then you lose audience participation because you were taken away. And if I'm wrong, that's my opinion, guys, and I don't know how you guys would feel, but in my opinion, if you're going to use a character and for long periods of time for many seasons, and you try to find every angle you can to show where this character is headed, whether it be the foreshadowing of his death, whether it be, just to write him, maybe become, he was up here in the front row and now he's back here in the last row, and he's still got, now he's got a whole different race to run in order to get back up to number one. Well, shit, if you ain't working it, and if you ain't running, how you gonna get to first place if you can't run? If you're just walking and everybody else is running, hmm, you got some work to do there, don't you, to catch up? And that's where I think some of the storylines of some of these shows that could have been way better if their story, I don't know what their story is, but if this, if the writers had having problems and so forth, then don't let it show in your work. I mean, don't let it show in your work. Don't disintegrate your work because you're having a bad day. Everybody's got bad days, but so, in the long run, you got to put a happy face till you get home, and then once you get home, then hey, drink it up, let it out, and there you go. But then not all of us are like that either, and I understand that. I understand. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people could be going through a lot of things, and when you're going through a lot of things, it affects a lot of things as well. So, um, one of the, if you're taking your time and you're reading this stuff and you're doing your research, and the reason why I'm saying research, because writers often use a lot of research for movies and so forth. And in Albatross Junction, Kevin and Anthony have done quite a bit of homework in terms of research. Kevin has done a lot of research on, on human anatomy, and then also like the diseases and so forth, so that the storyline in AJ will be sort of a progression on certain things that you'll get to learn with some of the different characters on what's going on, especially um, some of the main characters, and especially like where Alba's headed towards in the storyline, where Bomag, where the main characters headed, all of that stuff, all of those pieces, and it's like a puzzle, right? And everybody at a time or two has done puzzles, and you put all these little pieces together, and when you put all these little pieces together, then you get a picture. And once you get that picture, yes, that's when it becomes really exciting, when you start seeing the whole picture, even though it's not finished, but you start seeing that whole picture, and then you start taking everything into account what's going on. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And it's the same way in life, you know. Uh, and I'm jumping all over the place because if I'm trying to jump between both AJ and shows and so forth, but I don't want to talk anybody's ear off too bad. Oh my God, it's actually after 30 minutes. Wow, I've been talking straight for 30 minutes. My goodness, Cincy, you are a champ, dude. Sticking with me here. I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate it. Um, so again, for those of you who are going to watch this later and maybe uh, chime in later and see, what your thoughts are on some of these shows. Again, I want to know some of your thoughts in terms. Do you think some of these shows could be better? Um, like the Bad Batch. Uh, People are saying that Kenobi could have been better, but at the same time, I thought it was pretty decent. I really enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it, and I think it could have been a little bit better, but for the most part, not too bad, not too shabby. Yeah, and and then of course, I'm so excited to see what the Mandalorian's going to bring. I'm so excited to see what Ahsoka is going to bring. I tend to think that somebody else is going to train Goguru because too many things have happened where, and especially when Luke had to, have him pick between the saber or the the chainmail and to go with the Mandalorian. So I'm I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I think it's not gonna be him going with the Mandalorian, but somebody else training him. So he's gonna go maybe mid-season with training, and then after that, he's gonna leave to go with the Mandalorian, and then they're gonna start their adventures like that for sure, knowing that he's already got some of the Jedi training. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. Be real interesting to see. And what else? What else? What do you think? What do you think, R2? Well, for real? Okay. Well, so R2 says that along with the comic book and stuff, and you see some of the cards that they have, and the cards have the characters and a little bit about the characters on who they are, what their power may be, and all of that good stuff. So yes, thank you R2 for reminding me about telling people about you can get the cards as well. So if you when you order the comic book, you can also get some cards. And you may not get the whole stack at once, or you could try to get the whole stack. I think I think Kevin and Ed are working on getting the stacks of 10, if I'm not mistaken, so that you can get, a complete set of cards. I know when they did the campaign for issues 1 and 2, there was a tier there that you could get all 10 cards, and the signatures for your copy of the issues 1 and 2 and stuff. Excuse me, guys. And so that was I ended up getting that and getting uh, an extra copy and so forth. So that was a lot of fun to receive that, and the posters, you get posters. So if you look at your tiers, and depending on what you're wanting to spend for the tiers, you get the comic book sign, then you get maybe the comic book sign with some posters and a few comic cards, trading cards, and then then there might be another tier where you can go and get extra comic books, extra posters, extra cards, and then signatures with the comic book and so forth. So uh the the planet of Albatross is frozen solid ice planet. Okay. And so if you were privy to watch um the trailer. The trailer is kind of fun. I enjoyed the trailer, and the voice provided by the trailer was done by Matthew Corrado. Uh, Pretty cool cat, man, and he did a wonderful job at doing the trailer for us and for Anthony and Kevin. Um, and when I say us, I mean it's more or less them. It's more or less them. I got it. All the credit goes to them. I was just there. I was just right place, right time, cheering them on for the comic book, and I enjoyed all the different characters and what the story had, started to perceive and go the way that it went. It was pretty. I mean, it was cool, man. The storyline is cool, and I'm not here to ruin it for anybody. So I'm not. I only showed you a couple of pages and so forth, so you can see the details and how elaborate and how well it really came out. And you have to experience that for yourself. Um, of course, Anthony and Kevin, they also have the channel for doing that. So it's Comic Book Creation Live, right? So they'll show you what they're drawing, what they're doing, what they're coloring, what they're inking, and you're seeing just a very speck of dirt work that they're doing on it, you know, but you're just seeing like that much work. And then when you see the final result, it's absolutely astonishing. It's amazing, you know. Um, Cindy, I hope you're doing well out there, man. And again, thank you for sticking with me tonight. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that people got kind of busy tonight, and I'm doing it kind of late because I got home kind of late, and hopefully, I'm hoping in the near future that I can be home a little bit earlier and catch everybody, by 7 o'clock, 7:30, somewhere there, maybe 8 o'clock, so it's not so late for everybody. Um, Unfortunately, my line of work, and I get home like after 9 p.m. So, hence, the 45 minutes to get some food and get some drink, and then get prepared before I come on. And really, I didn't have too much, too much to really talk about tonight. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of go a little bit more in depth of some of the pages for Albatross Junction. And of course, like I said, a lot of quite a few people have the first one and two issues, and everybody's excited for the third issue to come up. Uh, awesome, Sensi, man. I love having you here, dude. That is you're cool, man. I appreciate it. uh and may we have many discussions through the years, and fun ones at that too, man, because I I love to hang out, and my one of my passions is talking to good people. And what I've learned doing, you know I've never done these live videos in my life before I met Anthony and Kevin, because when they were doing live and I started becoming a little bit more comfortable on on the live show with them, and I started thinking to myself, hey, let me go ahead and help Ant and Kevin out, because if they have to buckle down and they get busy, doing the drawings or doing the inkings or doing the coloring and so forth. And so they're busy working on the comic book. And of course, like we all do, we all have our regular jobs on top of everything else, right? Especially if you have kids and so forth, like I do. And so you gotta take care of things like that first, and then come on here and start doing this stuff. And but my whole reasoning for Mundo Monday Madness was to interact with the people, have them come in, hang out with me, talk about the shows that we love to watch, that we talk about comic books that we love. Um, and that's the thing. And Mondays are really a lot about like the comic books, and even like the 80s. In the 80s we had the X-Men, the X-Men show, and those were like pretty cool. The X-Men cartoons, on Fox Network. How many people can say, did you actually get up and watch those, or do you watch them when they were available to watch them? I know I did. I wouldn't miss an episode like that. Of course, and who's Marvel characters. Okay, let's go into the discussion of Marvel characters. Who is your favorite Marvel character? You can put that down in the comments, and we'll have a fun discussion on that. I know my favorite comic book character is Wolverine. I mean, because if you read about Wolverine, Not only is the baddest, but he's short. He's short like me. I'm short. I'm 5'5". I'm pretty short. I'm not as stocky as he is, of course. This fat boy here won't even come close to that. But he has a demeanor about him. That people think he's a hick. He's a country hick. He's this. He's that. But when he's all business when it comes down to it, man, with the blades and so forth. And I do believe, yeah, I have it under here. Gosh, and I don't want to pull everything out because then everything's gonna fall. And I'm not gonna do that. uh, Optimus Prime up there, you can see his ears. He's wanting to kind of, he's wanting to kind of come out a little bit. What do you say, Prime? Yeah, see, Prime just coming right behind me here. Cincy, I was more of a DC kid, but if I had to choose, probably Iron Man. Not a bad choice, Cincy. Not a bad choice. DC's not bad. I'm not saying that they're bad. And I'm not saying one's better than the other either. If you kind of look closely, both kind of copied each other. You got Shazam as like a superhero, Superman type, right? And then of course you got now, Green Lantern stands out quite a bit because he's a different character of everything else. But a lot of everybody else in the DC universe and the Marvel universe also have similar powers, so to speak, right? But Iron Man, yeah, man, Iron Man was pretty cool. As a matter of fact, I watched Iron Man with my individuals today. So funny that you mentioned that. you know, yeah. I tell you what, Cincy, here's the thing. The only thing that's really different about the two is how DC goes about their characters. They tend to go aggressively with their characters, and then it becomes a lackluster. And this is only for the movies. Their animated movies are pretty freaking cool, man. Um, I do have to say, like a lot of the Batman, a lot of the Superman, and a lot of their animated movies are pretty well done. And it's a shame that DC doesn't do that well with their live movies because I don't know if it's because they don't want to stick to storyline in terms of comic book stuff, or if they are not on the same page as certain things. Like they did, pretty decent with Black Adam, right? Yeah, Batman, yeah. Batman was pretty freaking cool. You know what I heard? I heard that now Batman has Superman's power from what I've been hearing on on that's the word now is that Batman's got Superman's powers. And right before he got him, he told Superman, he goes, "I'm not like you." And Superman told him, "You're the only one I trust." You know? So when I'm gone, you're gonna have my powers. The Batman animated series back in the day. Oh yes, yes, Cincy. I mean, that was the shit, dude. That was the Batman. That was the shit, dude. Yeah, the animated series did really well, really well. Were you old enough to see like the 1969 or 68 Batman series with Burt Ward and what's his name? Eh, Adam West. That was pretty good for a live show. The way they did things, they made it look pretty interesting as far as for the time that they did it in and the things that they had to work with. They didn't do a bad job at all. I think that the bat suit could have been a little bit better made, but at the same time, I understand in the era that it was in. So that you had to kind of excuse, for the for their bat suit, Now Robin's suit came out pretty decent, in terms of the way they made it. Oh, you have. Oh, okay. Just a couple of episodes. Yeah. Now, if you, I know I'm not sure if you've seen like certain episodes, but some of the writing was really well done, and then later on down, you'll see that some of the writing kind of like really sucked. It was like, come on, really? And and if you've seen, and of course, Bruce Lee ended up on a couple of the episodes, right? Where I think it was he ended up being Kato when what was it? What's that character's name? Damn it, Kato and I'll remember later, right? And their car was the Black Beauty. But then that they had two episodes to where Batman was fighting, the Green Hornet. There it is, Green Hornet. So it was Green Hornet and Bruce Lee was, Kato, and then you had Burt Ward and Batman and Robin, and they were all fighting, right? But then they called it a draw, a draw because of the way Bruce Lee was, and Bruce Lee said, "No, I'm not going to be written as my ass was getting kicked. No, no, no. I can fight 3 times better than these guys, and da 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 da." So yeah, he did. Your dad showed it to you when you were younger. Yeah, I might have watched it now. Yeah, I think it's on. I believe. Not sure if it's on Netflix or if it's on Tubi or if it's on maybe HBO Max. I have to look. I'll have to look again, but I know they have the series somewhere in one of those uh La La Land type, channels and stuff. But it was pretty good to watch though, man. You like Batman, I guarantee you'll get to like it, but you got to give it to, you got to keep in mind that in the era that it was made in, it'll make you kind of laugh. But the guy that George Romero, the guy that played the Joker, absolutely one of the best for Joker. And if he had been, if he had been, I think Jack Nicholson played the Joker fairly well, and he captured a lot of spirit the way George Romero did, the Joker. So, um, and then of course, uh, that the Joker has been done by many, many, many people, and if you look at the track records of who's done, the Joker and who's uh, who's played him best, you I guess you have to look at it from certain perspectives on who the character is, what they're capable of, and then who the actor is, what they're capable of. And there's certain Jokers that I didn't care for, and then there's certain Jokers that I think were absolutely phenomenal in the film. Heath Ledger played, a hell of a Joker. I think uh, I honestly think he could have done dressed up a little bit better as far as looking a little bit more like the Joker than what he did. But at the same time, I saw his vision of the Joker, how he demented he wanted to play him, and I saw that, and he played it pretty well. He did. He played it pretty well to the point where it kind of knocked him on his ass too. So, but then you got the guys that play Robin, and then you got the guys that play Batman, and Keaton. Keaton knocked it out of the ballpark, man, for Batman, for the very first live Batman. And I believe he did too. And then Val Kilmer, he did eh, he did okay. Now Clooney, you do. You know, think he could have done a lot better. He, for a comic booky movie, eh, yeah. I mean, I'll give him that, but I think he could have played it a little bit better, a little bit more serious. But again, that's just my opinion, and there's some people that love him. HBO Max. See, thought it was there. Thought it was there. I was pretty sure it was pretty close to either that or Netflix, so or Tubi. It was one of those three. Glad you found it, man. Glad you found it. So you'll be able to watch it. But like I said, I mean, give it a chance. Give it a chance, and you'll see that in that era, they didn't have a whole lot to work with, but at the same time, the way they did things, it was like wow, wow. And seeing that car in person, because I've gone to a few Comic Cons and seen the car, and maybe next time I'll get like a digital picture deal and show the car, because some of the Comic Cons that car shows up and stuff, and it is freaking awesome. Yeah, that car up close, dude, it is freaking awesome, man. And then that damn thing runs on jet fuel too. That's crazy or what? Jet fuel, right? Yeah, a single car and jet fuel. Yeah, the guy that owns it said it costs quite a bit of money to move it around. Don't doubt it. I do not doubt it. But yeah, they go from show to show and they check it all out and everything like that. Um, so let's see here. What else? What else? What else can we? Okay, so Cincy, so you said you love Batman and everything. What other characters kind of, you know, what other characters, either in DC or Marvel, kind of float your boat aside from Batman? Yeah. And of course, everybody's got uh, Superman and Batman are their top two. But I want to see what everybody else thinks of in terms of their comic book characters. And so if you're looking at the most unusual, I would say the most unusual comic book character in the DC universe, I guess I would have to say like Martian Man or something like that, Um he's a very complex character considering that what he hides his true identity, but at the same time, so does Superman, but the way he hides it, Superman hides it just plain Jane in your face. But the Martian, he has that digital facial thing, or his suit actually, or his technology is able to change his appearance when he wants to. And I find that pretty interesting because if you can find uses for some of that technology like that, and I tell you, I think some of that technology is coming around the corner. I believe it's coming around the corner. Practical effects, yeah, yeah, that's true. They did a lot of scenes. They did a lot of scenes with the same stuff and in different time things, and you'll get to see that through the show, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, I just saw that on this. Yeah, okay. And you'll catch it pretty quickly. But the uh, the cast, the cast for that show though was pretty wicked, Cincy. They had a really really good cast um on there. Everybody, even you know who did not love Burgess Meredith, right? Burgess Meredith played the Penguin in that show. And, of course, we all know him as the Rocky's trainer, right? But Burgess Meredith, and for those people who hadn't seen that show and didn't know that Burgess Meredith actually played, the Penguin, he played. I wish they had Burgess Meredith's Penguin in this day and age show, that would be like phenomenal. The way he played the Penguin, when you see more of more of that show, Cincy, tell me later on down the road. I mean, I don't have to be right now, but Burgess Meredith's character, the way he played Penguin, dude, I wish they had him playing the Penguin now than anybody else. Danny DeVito did an all right job, but I think his character could have been what Burgess Meredith's Penguin was. You know, if you compare it that way, and I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. Wow, wow, an hour already. My goodness, jeez, Cinzy, you're a champ, dude. Listen to me, man. But dude, so cool, dude. So cool, man. Um, and so going back and Burgess Meredith's, portrayal, I think that one was priceless. His rendition of the Penguin was spot on. I will report back. I believe you will, man. I hope you really enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, man. As much as I enjoyed that show, I hope you enjoy it as well, man. Because, you know, like I said, some of the writing is one to kind of, you know, take with a grain of salt, and then some of it's pretty freaking good. And so, in doing that, okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch back to Albatross Junction, and I want to show you guys one of the things that goes on in Albatross Junction with everybody having the nanobites in their bloodstream. Okay, you cannot actively, participatively kill a person in Albatross Junction, because if you do, then the nanobites, the nanotech in your body, basically is judge, jury, and executioner. Okay, so you kind of you become a human torch, so to speak. Okay, so see this guy right here. This guy became toast after killing somebody. Toast. Look at that. Damn. Look at that toast. Now this dude is well done, man. So what ended up happening? Okay, in that scene, there's two fighters, and then one fighter gets a little, I guess, ambitious, should I say, very ambitious. And in that ambition, he kills the guy. So the nanobites in his body say, "Oop, whoop, whoop, whoop! You killed a person. You're goner." So it starts boiling your blood and everything from inside out. You burn, and you become toast if you kill somebody. Now, on the flip side of that, there's ways to get around something like that. And you'll see within the storyline when that happens. You're gonna have questions. Your questions are gonna get answered later on down the road when you start reading more and more about about AJ. AJ, like I said, it's a complex world. It's got complex characters. It's got a storyline. It's got action, adventure, martial arts. I mean, it's got stuff. So if you enjoy all of those in a comic book, if you enjoy comic books, you enjoy art, then invest it. Invest in AJ, Albatross Junction. Go to Comic Book Creation Live. You can see what the guys are doing, Anthony and Kevin. Those are your creators for Albatross Junction. And if anybody who doesn't know, Anthony is also Space Windu. So, yes, lightsaber dude. Yes, brightest blades on the planet with civilized sabers. And so you guys can go and check out his stuff over there at Albatross Junction, Comic Book Creation Live. You can also check out his Space Windu channel and see all the different stuff. If you're into lightsabers, make sure you like and subscribe to all of his stuff. Like and subscribe to Kevin Scott Cosme. For those of you who enjoy art, painting, um, contemporary urban, he is a master of of the paintings. In my opinion, he does super really well, even though sometimes he don't like to admit it. But yeah, he does really well, man. He does really well, and I'm pretty proud to call him a buddy. And these guys, they're working pretty hard and stuff to get us the AJ out, and enjoy it and stuff. But that's not all they offer. I mean, they offer different things, and you can always hit them up on their Instagram and Facebook accounts, and I don't know if they have Twitter and all sorts stuff like that. You can check them out and like and subscribe to their stuff. Anthony puts out quite a few videos, quite a bit. So if you're interested in his stuff, make sure you check him out, like and subscribe. For me, Mundo, I'm just barely starting on this live journey, man. So I haven't made too many videos. Hope I'm doing pretty decent. So, for all you guys and girls out there that kind of watch this and are wanting to stick around, even have to hear in my monotone voice. I'm hoping I can make things fun as we go along, and maybe I can give you a little bit of joy and happiness on your Monday nights. Coming over here and uh, let's hang out, have fun. I mean, we don't have to talk about certain, the things that do not want to talk about, and and this is for all you guys and girls that are later they're gonna watch this. I will not get into a discussion about politics on here. I will not get into a discussion about what's going on in the world because life is too short. I am here to have a good time with people who enjoy the same things as I do as far as comic books, uh, art, painting, movies, shows, anime. I mean, we're gonna talk about it all, guys. I mean, there's so much to talk about. We already know what bad things are going on in the world. We need a place where we can go and have fun and not worry about what the hell's going on out there for a few minutes. You know what I mean? A few minutes, an hour, a two, out of everything that's going on in the world. You get that crap every 5 minutes on TV. Well, go on. If you want to keep wasting time, because the one commodity that we have in this world that is the shortest of anything, is time itself. Be with the people that you want to be with. Be with people that bring you up here and not down here. Positivity. There is too much hate in this world. And I forgive me about my rant at the end, but I want people to have a good time. I want people to stop by and say, "Hey, Mundo, what up?" Now, just like Cincy here. You know, that's right, Cincy. Leave that stuff at the door. Leave it at the door. Why? Because when you come to El Mundo's, you're gonna have that drink with me. Cheers, bro. Cheers. We're gonna have a good fucking time around here. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna talk about shit. I mean, tell me, tell me. We're gonna laugh our ass off, or even talk about the crazy stuff that we saw in this movie, that movie that makes us laugh. Louder for the people in the back, Mundo. Louder for people in the back. Yes, exactly, man. Exactly. But we need more love, less hate, more fun. Let's have fun, guys. Drink it up and all that good stuff. And I'll tell you what, come around to El Mundo's. Let's have a drink. I'm not giving you one free on the house unless I know something else. Got it? From that point, hope you guys love life, live life, enjoy life. Albatross Junction. Check it out. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Cincy. Tell you what, Mundo out, guys. Peace. Peace. What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm just messing around, guys. Seriously. Am I out? No, not yet. You're going to see. You'll see it. I'm making fun of myself right now. And here I am. I'm fixing to leave. I bid you guys good night. Cincy. Love you guys. Amen. Have fun. Mundo out. Peace.
In here, we pour whiskey.